live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. It's Mxiety. I am on tonight with the wonderful, kind, super thoughtful gem of a human, Blizz Bear. Hello, Blizz.
Hi, I'm super pumped and super excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, the pump is all mine. Is that? We're saying that now. We're saying it now. It's a thing.
It's a thing, yeah.
It's totally a thing. But so Blizz and I first, I don't know. I knew you were a cool person, and I was like, hey, do you want to be? If y'all remember, Blizz participated in our Upliftathon, and then I was like, well, you want to do that again? And Blizz was like, no, I want to be on an interview. That's not what happened. That's not what I was like. Hey, I want to interview you because you seem really, really cool. And Blizz was like, okay, because he's a wonderful human. And here we are. And that's the whole story. That's it. That's the whole interview. Bye, everybody.
You're gonna make me like blush and then cry and then everything.
Okay,
so.
I don't want you to cry unless it's like that's what you need at the moment.
Of course.
But blushing is totally fine. Safe. Yeah. Safe. Yeah. Okay. I am obsessed with your room. I am obsessed with your face, everything about you. But if you don't mind telling us a little bit about yourself, like what's your shtick? What's your thing? What do you love the most? What, tell us about your pet peeve. No, but seriously, like tell us about why is mental health important to you and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So hi, nice to meet everyone. My name is Blizz Bear. You can call me Blizz or Bear or Blizz Bear or Blizzard, either is fine. My pronouns are he, him, and I am a variety content creator that focuses on creating a safe space for BIPOC and queer individuals, whether that's playing super cozy games on Twitch or just being a bean on every platform that I'm on. I also recently started doing crime streams, so I'm a crime person now as well.
Crime person, is that the official title?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going 100%. With it. It is now.
But mental health is really important to me because, especially being in this industry and being on a camera a lot of the times, I have moments where my anxiety spikes just being here.
Yeah.
So mental health is something that I basically just experience every day, whether the camera's on or camera's off, as someone who suffers from social anxiety and depression. Like I understand.
Isn't that wild to me? It's because bringing it back all the way around to me.
Yeah.
Very, very, we had to go very far away, but here we are. I find that wild that I've been doing this for 4 years and there is definitely a second of my brain before I hit the go live button that's like, are you sure?
Yeah. It's something I've never thought that my social anxiety could translate over to virtual.
Yes.
And no one told me this. I wish there was
there's not a book. No.
Yeah, someone make a book right now, please. Because I just find it sometimes stops me in wanting to do things or saying a couple things, but I'm very thankful for my community because they've actually helped me come up with coping mechanisms and also helped me in being a coping mechanism and feeling comfortable expressing myself, validating myself, and like all that stuff, which self-validation.
Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? So I will not ever, I can't forget anybody who came on to the Upliftathon, but you came on and you were like, your whole story, because everybody shared something positive, and your whole story was, thank you for letting me be me. And that was so, so powerful because that's exactly how I feel about my community, that like I was not myself. I was not entirely who I am until I met this group of people who were like, no, we like who you are. And I was like, oh, whoa. So is that still like a big way? Because, okay, let me back up.
Yeah.
Because I asked that in a very stuttery today, but is that still not only how you feel, but that's external validation. So I do want to get into internal validation, but like, is that how you get a lot of your validation, and how do you feel about that, or how you not feel about that? And
so first and foremost, I just appreciate and adore you. Just put that out there just before I answer the question.
I didn't do anything.
I'm just saying that. I'm just putting it out there. There is something there is external validation that I feel sometimes can translate into internal validation.
Yes.
A lot of the time with me growing up being a like Black queer individual in an area where queerness wasn't really celebrated, I didn't really have queer friends or anything like that, so no one could truly understand what it meant to be a queer person of color, because you can have experience being a queer individual and then a person of color, but having both of them interact, the intersectionalism is like just different. And I didn't really have people here who were really validating the experiences that I've had. So once I came onto Twitch, I started meeting other people who were validating that. And in turn, I was kind of validating myself, like, oh no, I am right. Like my experiences are completely valid. I did therapy for like the first time 2 weeks ago.
Ooh, yes, you did. Oh my gosh.
Literally the therapist was like, it's okay to tell yourself you're right, you know that, right? And I'm like,
no, I don't. This therapist is wrong. You should fire them.
I was like, huh?
What?
Like, you can tell yourself you're right. Like it's a confidence thing too. Like you can just tell yourself you're right. And if you look at the data, because I'm a very data person,
sure.
If you look at the data, your data says that you're right. So why can't you just say that you're right? And I'm like, huh, I'm gonna come back later for this. I don't have time for it. Sorry.
I can't think this hard. No, I genuinely feel like for me, it's an interesting thing that you bring up data, because for me, for the longest time, I was like, well, all data indicates that I suck. Everybody's always told me that I suck. For, 25 years, for 21 years of my life, I lived under a roof with people who did not appreciate me or value me in any shape or form. And so everything I did was wrong. So all the data indicated that I sucked. And it's really interesting that you bring up that data, because that was exactly how my therapist brought it to me, but from the opposite perspective of like, look, if you have, 21 years of history of people telling you suck, it's going to take a lot of years to counter that with data proving otherwise, because you've never looked at the world in another way. Like you've always just seen it as like, I'm terrible, I'm not good, I'm worthless, I'm not good the way I am, nobody will ever love me. And then you start seeing the world start coming at you and being like, hey, you are important and you are valuable and you're lovely just the way you are. And that information does not compute.
Do you, sorry, this might be like a very intrusive question, but do you think you suck now?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. Okay, interesting.
How about you? Yeah, tell me.
So depends on the day. Right now, I don't think I suck. But to turn the light on you real quick, I do not think you suck. No.
This is my show.
No. I do not think you suck, and I think you are a really cool and interesting content creator. You bring something very different to the platform, to the point where I've had to tell my partner, who is a therapist, about you, because I was like, oh my God, you're doing something really hecking awesome on here, talking about mental health. This is unique. This is unique content. It's precious.
What are you doing? I'm not paying. Anyways. I swear I didn't pay him. I swear I did not pay him. I said, come on, I will give you $0. Not explicitly, but that was implied. And that's very sweet. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, it's the truth. Like your community would say it as well. Like you are, oh my God, and you're such a welcoming person too. I felt so nervous doing the Upliftathon, and then like I had like 2 minutes to like talk to you real quick before we started, and I was like, oh, I got this. Thank you so much for just like.
But that's how I feel about you. That's literally like, and I'm not just like reverse Unoing it. I genuinely mean, like, I watched your stream. I don't watch a lot of people's streams, and I watched your stream for like a total of maybe 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, this person just has so much to give, like just so much to offer. And I'm so happy that people are seeing that, and you are that, like, I feel for you that you are being seen. Probably not at the level as like just in general marginalized creators should be seen on this platform. That's not who's getting the limelight, and that's its own slice of bologna.
That's another stream.
That's a whole nother stream. But like I see you getting your flowers, and it just like sometimes you see, I'll be honest, I get salty. Sometimes you see people getting flowers and you're like, You don't deserve those. You give those back, and you give them to somebody who does deserve them because they're working their butt off. But I see you getting flowers, and I'm like, yes, all right. Like, I watch you to be like, there's good things and there's justice in the world and there's good people. Like, what the tweet that I made, all of my tweets come directly out of my butt. Like, I say what I mean. So, like, the tweet that I wrote to post this live had something to do, blah blah blah, proof that awesome humans exist. That's genuinely, like, I watch your streams and I'm like, this is an awesome human, and like they're getting good. I just.
But see, okay, so I have never normally been in that mindset. I would agree that yes, I'm an awesome human, but it kind of took a little bit of that external validation.
Yes,
in order for me to be like, yeah, you're right. I am a pretty awesome human. I do like have that confidence. I am capable of, manifesting things and getting like cool opportunities and creating something beautiful. And it does suck that it has to come from someone else sometimes.
I think at start. I think the little seed has to be planted by somebody else, because, and they talk about this when they talk about childhood trauma and ACEs, right? So that's your score about like how childhood trauma translates to your adult life. And when they specifically talk about the fact that you could just have, all you need in your childhood is one adult who does not give up on you and who believes in you and who thinks that like you have something to offer this world. And the difference that makes in your ability to like succeed as a person later in life is like just flips the whole thing around. And I genuinely believe that, because I think, I don't know, we're like plants, right? Like, you gotta water the plant and like you gotta give it sunshine. We are just I love that. Plants. We're just complicated plants. Like, I talk a lot, but I need food. I need you to I need to literally go into the shower and wet myself.
It wasn't me who said this. I want you to know, that's very typical for me to say something like that.
I heard it! And it would have been fine if I kept the sentence going, but my brain went, what did you just say? And I paused, and then it was over. It
was not me this time.
Anyway, so we're just more complicated plants, and we need to be watered and loved and put in the sunshine, and sometimes you need to dust us off and stuff, but somebody else has to do that, right? Like, the plant grows on its own, and it, if it has blooms, it blossoms on its own. Like, it kind of does its own thing. But if you don't water the plant, if somebody doesn't come around and like check that there's no weeds in the thing, and in the pot, and there's there's enough water, and all the dead leaves are taken out, like, the plant's just not gonna make it. You need both.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of happy with the generation that's in the school systems now. Like, it's a lot of millennials, and some, now we're getting to the point of Gen Xers, Gen Zers. They understand emotions a lot better.
Yes.
Because they were told that it's okay to have emotions a lot better than I would assume, like, at least in my case, my parents did. Because a lot of the times growing up, I was told to never show emotion. So I literally have the nickname Mouse in my family because I'm quiet, don't talk about anything or anything like that. But looking back at it, I was only quiet because I was never able to fully show my true self and my true colors. And I wasn't able to show emotion. I was supposed to be the person that kept the family together and glue and all that stuff. So I didn't really have time to take on my own emotional baggage because I was carrying everyone else's. So I'm currently in my new apartment and a new place on my own for the first time. Well, not on my own, I'm living with my partner now, but just moved from my parents for the first time, minus the college life.
Right.
And I'm starting to realize it's okay to put myself first. Being selfish is not a negative thing. And it took a while for me to realize that. Yeah. I'm a very blunt person too. Like, if I don't want to be in a situation, I will be like, hi, I don't want to be in this situation. I'm removing myself. That because I need to look out for myself right now. And sometimes carrying other people's emotional baggage can be a little bit difficult for me because it makes me think of my family. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. And like, I have to be in a good space in order for me to be helpful for other people, because if I'm running on my ends and someone's asking for help emotionally or physically or mentally, I can't do anything. It's not going to be the best for them.
Oh my God, that took me so long to get to. So long, because my whole family is like, you just keep giving even if you have nothing to give. You keep giving because your
Yep.
job is to give. And so for the very longest time, I would just push myself, and then like people would come to me and be like, "Hey, I need help." And I'd be like, "Grr!" Like I'd be like, "Suck it up," and say things that like are more a reflection of the fact that I didn't have the emotional bandwidth to give the love and validation that that person deserved when they needed help. If I had taken a moment and I was refreshed, then I could give more and not say things like, suck it up. I could say things like, wow, what's going on? Let's talk about what's going on with you. And it was because I didn't have the bandwidth, because I never sat down to take care of myself, that like
Yeah.
I genuinely believe those things. And kind of in the same vein about like talking about school and, I don't want to spoiler you. I don't want to spoil therapy for you if you haven't gotten to this phase yet. But what you said really resonates with the fact. I remember when my therapist taught me what emotions were, my brain exploded. She's like, "What are you feeling right now?" And I was like, "Angry." She's like, "That's very surface level. Like, what is anger for you?" And I was
Yeah.
like, and getting like being able to name emotions, like
Yeah.
not just you can't identify emotions with yourself to deal with them until you know what the hell they are. And to know what
Yeah.
they are, you have to like learn how to say, I am feeling this thing right. Have you gone through that? Do you go through that?
So I just started. I don't think so. I might
I spoiled
this
it.
might be a
Oh no,
spoiler.
erase it. That is a
Not
major spoiler for
not
therapy.
content spoiler.
I'm
What?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Rewind. You know what? It never happened. It never happened. If you're there, please, if your therapist brings that up, be like, "What? I have never heard of identifying emotions before. First time." Please make sure that they
So they know. I'm
Yeah.
I'm a little like happy that I've gotten to the point too where with like real friendships, I can go to the person and say, "Hi." If they need help, I can say, "Hi, I'm feeling a little stressed right now. Just a heads up, like this is what's happening with me. So tell me what's happening with you, but please also understand my emotional state and like how I'm doing
Oh,
mentally."
I
Real
love
quick.
that.
It's open communication is so transparency is just so amazing. And
It's
that's what
the
I try to
simplest
build my
thing too.
community on. It's
Yeah.
so simple.
Yeah.
Like my community knows, like anytime I'm not feeling 100%, I will say, "Hey, chat, I'm not feeling 100% today." Also, being 100% 24/7 is exhausting. So
I don't
I
know
will not
anybody
be
who does it
100%
without
every day.
bullshitting. Like, let's
Yeah,
be
I'm like,
honest.
what?
Yeah.
So I like the idea of transparency because it makes the people you see on screen, the people you watch,
Real.
real. They're humans. They have the same emotions that you would have. They have the same things happening in their life that you would have. So like transparency just helps us all kind of get to a level of relatability. And I understand it. I get it.
I love that. But do you ever feel guilty about it? Because I want to be transparent. That is my goal. That is, this whole channel is built on like mental health and talking about it, right?
Yeah.
But I still feel so guilty. Like, because I come on and I'm like, I don't feel good today. I'm so sorry. Do you like, do you feel those things or not really?
No, because I know that there's probably people in your community that walked in that was not feeling good one day. And you, without knowing it, probably made their day. And they're probably in return making your day too. It's kind of like a going back and forth type of thing. They're at the end of the day, you don't have to make anyone's day. You don't have to do anything like that. It
No.
happens accidentally, and that's okay. Sometimes you try your best to do it. But I can't feel guilty for having human emotions. And I refuse to make myself feel guilty for being human, because I allowed myself to not be human emotionally for too long. And that's going to be too
I love
exhausting
this.
on my mental at the end of the day. So,
I love this so much.
oh.
I love this so much. I have to. Okay, so this is a huge emotional growth. Like you are decades ahead of where I was when I like actually I don't, oh God, I'm gonna about to say the words when I was your age, so I'm sorry, it's out there now, it's gone. But no, seriously, like the emotional I had to, there was, you know, between me talking right now about mental health and like the journey starting, there was 10 years of therapy in between there. So
Yeah.
what you're saying right now is pretty heckin' amazing.
It's weird when it comes to like learning these things, and I'm going to tell you how I learned some of these
Yes.
things, and you're probably going to laugh, and that's a-okay. But when it comes to learning about yourself, someone in my chat told me this, and I've like had it stuck in my head forever. I was told, so I'm 25 right now, I was told that your 20s is like the time for you to unlearn a lot of things, a lot of trauma, a lot of everything. And then I said that on stream, and they said, hold on, stop giving yourself a time limit. You can spend
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
eternity unlearning and learning things. And that's
Yeah.
the great thing about being human. That's the great thing about being yourself and learning about yourself. Something new could pop up in your 40s, and you will have to unlearn something or learn something.
Yes.
So stop giving
Yes.
yourself a time limit, because you're going to start panicking once you get to 30 and you're like, wait, I don't know this thing. It's okay to not know things. There's beauty in the unknown, and there's beauty in studying the unknown. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
I just want to know all the things. I thought if by 30,
too.
I would have, you know, all of it written down, and then that's it. That's the manual for the rest of your life. You just got it done. You know what I mean? Like, you get it out of the way, and then you're perfect after that. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get everything. No.
Yeah.
That's what, so like,
No.
I'm a biochemist at heart. I say that I have a degree in biochemistry. So a lot of
So that
things
sounds like you're a biochemist by a lot lot of money in a university. So that counts.
So true.
Yeah.
So
So not just by heart. You're good. You're good.
I'm a biochemist. I am a biochemist. Anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of the times where I live my life on deadlines, I live my life on procedures a lot, and that's just something that I've just translated into my everyday like life. It went from work to everyday life. So when I don't have a procedure, if I don't have a time limit or a deadline, I tend to get scared, because that's something that's unknown. I'm outside of my element. And so I think it's a type A person. I'm a very organized, very like particular individual. Well, my best friend is someone who is super spontaneous and will drive to my house like literally right now and say, get in my car and we're going. And I'll be like, where are we going? And then she'll be like, I'm not telling you, get in the car. And I'm like, okay.
You need both. You need both.
I need the both. That's the thing. And I need someone who is constantly pushing me to be spontaneous and not be in that mindset of everything has to be in a certain time limit in a certain way. There's multiple ways to finding an answer. There's multiple ways of getting a certain outcome. My way isn't always the right way. There's multiples out there, and it took so long, but I'm so happy I've had like friends like that who are like, you need spontaneity, and I am that, so we're joining forces. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
Okay, can you tell me when you're going to be spontaneous, please, so I can pencil it in?
Yeah, like when it's so like 6. No.
I'm not getting it. I don't get it.
Yeah. It's so a lot of, because I talked about this would be funny, and some people might know this about me. A lot of my coping mechanisms, and I've talked about this to my therapist, a lot of my coping mechanisms I learned from cartoons. So example, Steven Universe has been a show that I think tackles adult topics in a very like childlike manner-ish, but also if you're an adult looking at it, you're like, oh, this is an episode about consent. Oh, this is an episode about how to properly give an apology.
Right.
Oh, this is an episode about trauma and how to comfort people who are going through trauma. Like that. Whoa, how are these kids? How are these kids dealing with this? Because I'm crying right now.
I can't handle it. Yeah.
So yeah, learning a couple things from just cartoons and like how to center yourself. That's something that's really big on me. There's a song, Here Comes a Thought, that is on Steven Universe, and Estelle sings it, and I forgot who else, but it's talking about having moments where you're out of control, but taking a step back and being like, I'm here. Take a moment, remind yourself to take a moment and find yourself. Take a breather, take a step back. That's okay. It's okay to take a step back. You can just relax, try to find yourself, try to center yourself. That's something I think about like every day, or anytime I'm in like a situation where I'm like, hold on, I might be out of control right now. Let me take a step back and realize why are these emotions these emotions? Why am I reacting to the situation? How I'm reacting to the situation? Um, Whether it is something I see completely as valid, like I'm acting like this because the situation happened, which completely valid, or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just tired or something. It's really important to just do these self check-ins with yourself, and that's what I do every
Do
day.
you feel like you need to relearn these lessons? Because I genuinely like
Yes.
I will learn something and then I'll be like, I know I knew that, but I really needed that right now.
Yes. And also it's important not to beat yourself up that you had to relearn that, because
Oh, I'm
it's okay
sorry,
to
you're
relearn.
breaking up. I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
so don't beat yourself up for relearning
Yeah.
what you need to relearn. It's okay. We're human. It happens. I'm really big on breathing, and I'm really big on existing. These are the moments where you can just exist and be human and just, I don't know, follow through with who you are and who you're trying to be. I know it's fun.
No, it's amazing. First of all, it's why I love just animated stuff in general. A reminder that I needed recently, because I started going on and on about like, what is my purpose? I don't know, because I'm planning on taking like a hiatus after October. I don't know for how long, but that's the plan right now. And my like actually, I'm gonna blame my partner. I love you very much, but he kind of started it. He's like, okay, so what is your purpose going to be? Like, what are you going? Because anxiety has been like your purpose and your driving force. So what is your purpose going to be? And I was like, oh. And what I needed to be reminded of was the whole lesson of. Have you seen Soul before I ruin it for you?
I have no. I watched someone review Soul and go through everything, so like, yeah, you're good.
Okay,
I
all
already
right.
know
But
everything.
the whole lesson from Soul is what I needed to be reminded of, which is like you don't need a purpose, just existing is an okay thing to do. And it was something that like re-blew my mind again. Like I didn't have to rewatch it, but it was I take these lessons the same way you're describing. Like I take them from animated shows and movies and I carry them around with me. Like another one was Luca, having watched that. Wait, you made a face. What about it? What about it?
Okay, so Luca is really great.
Yeah.
Really
Okay.
great. There's a
Okay.
lot of like,
Hold on, there's a butt coming.
no, there's
No?
no but, because
Okay.
it's a beautiful movie, and I watched it with my Discord and I started busting out crying because it's literally about existing and being yourself. And I was like, so that just hit home when I sent a picture of myself crying to my
Yeah.
Discord, being like, everything is fine.
Everything is fine. But Luca was a reminder, and it's been done in every Disney movie, I feel like so many times, but Silencio Bruno has been carrying me through the past like 3 months, I think. Just
Yeah,
since I watched the movie.
we all have a Bruno.
Yeah, we all have a Bruno up in there telling you nonsense and telling you can't do stuff. And I will literally, and I said it to, I have a geek therapist. Like like he gets nerd stuff. And it's amazing. I'll be like, do you know like Sailor Moon does this thing? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, great, we're on the same page. Now tell me what the hell that means. But yeah, but it's exactly that. It's taking lessons from things that like hit you in the, I've watched Moana more times than I can count because it depends on where I am in my life. I like get something new out of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the situations you're going through that day. You might catch something that you never catched before when watching like something that could be considered your favorite movie.
Yep.
Like it happens. Animated movies, I think, are just like coping mechanisms sometimes.
No, they
You learn
totally are.
something. You
Totally.
learn something.
Yeah.
So I completely understand and I completely get it. Also I want to say Bliffle, thank you so much for posting the Here Comes the Thought video, because it's a good video. And
Oh.
also, if you need a piano version that is safe for stream later, I can send that to you later. I already talked to the artist who created the piano version, and it's all good. It's very beautiful.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Okay, so we gotta move back around to self-validation. Yeah. I mean, I get to decide what happens on the show, so it's not like don't because I know people immediately like, I'm so sorry I went off topic. I was like, everything is the
talking
topic.
Talking to you is like a very natural thing where I feel like if we're progressing a certain way, I'm okay with it because I'm just like, this is just a comfortable conversation. Like,
Oh
again,
my
I
God,
also
this
kind
makes
of
my
forgot
heart
that
so
we were
warm.
streaming.
Okay,
Until
perfect.
I looked over, I was like,
No,
oh, yeah.
this is what's supposed to be going on. This is how you're supposed to be. Good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
So in terms of emotional validation, so we get this external validation. We have animated movies reminding us that, like, hey, you have value. Your thoughts are these things. And so I also feel like, low key armchair experting here, I feel like people more likely are to take those values from entertainment when they don't get them out of their families. You know, like, I don't know that Luca would resonate the same way with a kid who didn't have to repress how gay they were growing up, you know? Like, yeah.
Yeah, that 100% makes sense. I'm someone who's coming from a super religious background,
Oh,
and a lot of the times we have been told to push our pride, not our pride. No. Sorry, we've been told to push ourselves and our values and our own validation aside to always be a giver and a server to others.
yes.
And that is coming from the son of an elder minister who always wanted to keep up an image in church, or keep up an image literally just in like religious standards. And sometimes you lose yourself a little bit, or you don't really know who you are because you're constantly told to have a certain,
Yeah.
you're constantly told to look a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain way. So for the longest time, I mean, I didn't really know who I was, but I was finding out parts of who I was, or parts of things that I related to through animation or through cartoons or shows, and being like, oh, there's someone who is like me. Or, I mean, I was constantly told that I was going to go to hell for
Sure.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like looking in media and seeing queer characters who would fall in love and find true love and stuff like that, I never thought that was a thing.
Yeah.
It sometimes sucks that it could be a person. I kind of want to take this back. It could be a person that helps external validation. It could be through a person, but it could also be through other forms of media or situations or trauma. That's okay, as
Yeah.
long as like you're at this point of like, validation. Like, you are valid. I want you to know all your experiences are valid, chat. Like, seriously, you deserve the absolute world. You are the main character of your story, and please know that you are the main character. So Disney should be writing about you.
But they are right. Otherwise, these movies would not be as successful as
hit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Have you watched Owl House yet?
I haven't.
Oh my God, I don't know if you've seen, but I've been like evangelizing it across all of social media. I am so obsessed with it. So it is, first of all I'm gonna tell you, because I can't spoil anything, it is a queer story.
Okay.
That's why you need to see it. The main character is also Latina.
Okay, so I went on Tumblr like last week.
Oh no.
On accident. And I've been seeing animations like of these two characters, and I'm like, oh my God, they look so cool, but like it's so fluid. Like, they seem very fluid, where I'm just like, oh, that seems like really cool, and like possibly queer.
I feel like you are going to love the crap out of it, honestly. I cannot, well, like, honestly, like a lot of my followers are LGBTQ BBs, and that's why I got so excited. I was like, listen, if you're looking for like a queer friendly, diverse show, I need you to watch this yesterday. And we started watching it in Discord, like with the community, and I was losing my mind. It was so good.
Okay.
So good.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Say less. I need something, a new animation right now. So
yeah, it's okay. I will also make you immediately sad, because apparently Disney is only giving it 3 episodes for season 3.
Okay. Well,
so you now but like,
No.
you need to watch it, because one, it's fleeting, like all beautiful things in the world.
Yeah.
But second of all, like, I need more people on board, so that Disney's like, wait, a bunch of people are watching this and it's resonating with us. We can make money on this. Okay. So that's why I'm trying to get people on board.
Well, I can tell you the Tumblr kids love it. So.
I know they do. It was okay. I just randomly posted it on Twitter, and I got like 800 likes on the post, and the post just said, hey, watch this show. And then a bunch of people followed me who are like serious stans who have like the names of characters in there. I was like, oh my God, I found Owl House Twitter. And I'm gonna
Owl House Twitter. That's awesome.
I was like, I'm gonna disappoint the shit out of them, because all I do, I mean, yes, I talk a lot about like queer issues and stuff, but like all I talk about is like mental health and stuff. They're gonna be like, what does this lady want? Why is she talking about Twitch and mental health? I don't understand. Give me more Owl House. But I appreciate them all, and I'm welcoming them to the community. But anyway, so the reason, I have no idea why I brought that up. We're talking. But
I feel like this is a coffee, like we're just having a coffee.
It is. I'm having a tea, right, but now. Yeah, no. Like that's your new purpose, is evangelizing Owl House.
Let's go. Okay.
It's over. Why did so like years from now, they'll be like, why did Mxiety take a hiatus? We'd be like, oh, she needed to evangelize Owl House. She had a new purpose. Screw mental health.
There's a book coming out soon that you're writing about the entirety.
Yeah, why Owl House changed my life. But in all seriousness, like it also deals with a lot of mental health issues, and I think there's a lot of like I don't want to spoil it because it's season 2, but there's a lot of themes of like fighting with yourself and who you're, you know, like that inner negative voice is and how it comes out of us and stuff. And okay.
I love that.
Okay. Well, I know I already sold you on it. I'm selling other people on it. Blizz is like, somebody's going to ask you, they're like, what did you do in Mxiety's interview? Well, she talked about Owl House for like 30 minutes.
I honestly would just say like, no, we just kind of vibed and talked about mental health and talked about being, you know, being ourselves.
I love you. I love this. So in terms of, but going back, okay, the reason that I said that is because I genuinely believe, so I am now 31 years old. I'm a 31-year-old lady. And I believe that Owl House retaught me self-validation messages about myself. So yes, it does all connect. But how do you think that like your inner dialogue has changed since you've said, I will validate myself. I will not wait for other people. I will give myself the value that I crave.
So first and foremost, you do not look 31, and I am legally suing you. Because I'm like, because you were like, yeah, I'm older than you. And I was like, word? Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But like, no, definitely my birth certificate in Russian, but still, you know, the dates are the same. So yes, but I appreciate it.
I did those, I don't know if it was on TikTok at the time, but I started seeing videos on like Facebook and videos on social media basically saying like, say these words of affirmation to yourself in the morning when you wake up. And that is something that kind of started changing my dialogue about myself. I'm now to the point where I'm not going to say bad things about myself because I understand that I am trying. Because I used to say like, oh my God, look at Blizz, you're such a blank or something like that. And I'm like, sometimes your mind doesn't know when you're joking, even if you're joking. And sometimes that could change how you view yourself, like looking in the mirror, or just how you view yourself when talking to other people. So I started talking kindly about myself, whether it's on camera or off camera, being like, hey, I messed this situation up. It's okay. I'm trying my best. I'm going to give it a shot again. And I started noticing that when I do physical things. I started rock climbing. I'm bouldering now.
I saw that. So cool. So heckin' cool.
The video that I posted like recently of me bouldering, that was a course that I fell off of and I couldn't do. And then I was like, no, I tried my best and I want to try my best again because I think I can get it this time. Aww. And like just having that moment of like motivating myself, being like, you know the mistakes you made on this and you know how to fix those mistakes because you're confident in this. Take your time and just do it again. And I did it again and we caught it on video and I was like, let's go. And I was so happy with myself because that was like the first time doing like a scaling type of thing. And I was like, oh, I love this.
That's so beautiful. I just wrote a piece on this about how the difference between like having depression and not having depression for me has just been, and it literally happened in the last few weeks where my brain, I don't know, let me know if you relate to this. I feel like before there were always like 3 voices hanging out in my head, the like constant dialogue voice. And then the voice that would be like, the constant dialogue voice, and that one's mean and nice and mean and not like it just says stuff to you, right? It's just always on, and what would happen is the constant dialogue voice would be like, "Oh, you fucked up! I can't believe you really hurt somebody. You fucked up." And then there's that like background voice that will, you're conscious, that will be like, "Oh no, it's okay. Everybody messes up. Like that's fine." Or it'll be like, "No, you really messed up. You got to go and apologize," right? Like the conscious voice. But then there's that like shitty, really nasty voice in the back end, the third voice that's always like, "No, you suck. No, I know she's saying you don't suck, but like you suck." That voice recently went away. Just like after, like I'm telling you, after, I don't know how long I can count, like actually officially having depression, but like after decades, that voice has officially, like I wait for it and it just doesn't come. Or it comes and my conscious voice is louder and goes, "No, shut up." And that is new. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do I sound like I smoked a lot?
No, no, because that voice is like working a part-time job at my brain sometimes, but it also has so many no-shows that I don't know if it's going to remain being hired at the company of my mind. So, and recently, like we've kind of put that voice and like working in storage in the back, and I've given a microphone to the voice that's like, I want to say the kind of the dialogue voice one, or maybe the kind voice one, where it's like, "Hey, I think you might have messed up on that, and if I could be of service, here's how I think you can fix that in a very like helpful way." I've somehow transformed that voice of like, "Oh, you messed up. You messed up."
Yeah.
Versus, "You messed up. But let's think about how you can kind of fix this, and like how you can apologize to this person, and because they're probably thinking about this right now." Like I don't know what changed in that voice. I think it's probably trauma. Some trauma happened, and now my voice is like.
What is it? If listen, as an elder millennial, I can tell you it's always trauma. It's just trauma. You can throw darts at a wall and land in trauma.
Yeah, I'll sit here and start talking about something, and then in my mind I'm also going, why would I say something like that? Oh, it's probably the trauma.
Oh, it's just trauma. Like, it's fine. Like, I got this.
You sound like you're coping with it well, and it's like, yeah, I am, but it's also the trauma. Yeah, that makes sense.
Somebody just tweeted about this, and I was dying laughing, and they were like, "Millennials just think that everything is trauma," and they'll be like, "I had a weird tickle in my throat after I cried. That's trauma." And I was like, "But it is so. Who's to say it isn't? Yeah, you don't know my trauma.
It's the trauma.
You don't know."
No, but I mean, it is, because you start learning how you need to adapt and cope moving on, because millennials and Gen Z's doing a lot better again.
I do think they are.
I think have so much faith.
No, I think I go back to it. I insist. I think it's because they know what their emotions are. Like you ask like a millennial, like, "How are you feeling?" They'll just be like, "Tired." You ask a Gen Z person how they're feeling, they'll be like, "Right now I'm a little precocious with some feelings of like inadequacy, but I think I can handle it." And you're like,
"Okay."
I didn't know those words, so I'm really impressed.
You gave me SAT words.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
It's exactly that.
It's really nice though. It's really nice when you meet people who are self-aware of their feelings and stuff. I'm the type of person that goes to a party and I hang out in the kitchen a lot of the times, because one, there's food there.
Right.
Two, the conversations in the kitchen are really good. And sometimes you'll find someone who you relate to on an emotional level, who's comfortable. Like I could meet you 5 minutes into the party and be like, "So do you believe that love is real?" or something like that.
Right.
And like we'll just sit down and have like an entire conversation about it. And be like, "Oh my God, so true." And talking about like just our childhood and us growing up. And I'd be like, "So true." And then never talk to each other again. But we've had this amazing moment at this party while the food was there and we were drinking wine. And it's just, I love those types of individuals.
I love that.
I'm like, oh, emotions? Oh, I'm there. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks for cashing this. I
I'm also a
appreciate it.
Pisces, so like that's just gonna happen with me.
Cancers are very, very, very emotional beings. Excuse you. We're
It's the
very
water
sensitive.
signs.
It
It's the
is.
water signs. We
That's what
get
it
it.
is.
We
That's what it
understand.
is. Yeah. Did someone say charcuterie boards? Oh my gosh. But here's the thing. It's really interesting to me because part two of that is that my brain will go, that is my best friend forever. But then I will go to somebody who I do see every day and I'll be like, that person hates me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. No?
Again, it's your brain at the end of the day, and
Yeah.
I could try to fight your brain. I could try to
Oh,
fight
you
your.
can fight. You can take it
I'm
outside.
taking
You can take it
I'm
outside. That's
taking
fine.
kickboxing lessons soon. Okay, so like I'm
Perfect.
ready.
Perfect. I need
Um,
this.
but again, it's literally like you have been such a light on this platform, and you have been such a light in people's lives. I see your tweets and I get super happy because I'm like, oh, this is so relatable, and like I am feeling this. And someone commented trauma. Yep, that's it's the trauma. Hold on. But you have been someone who is just like a light on the platform, and someone I just feel is doing things correctly. I think it's the best way of putting it, doing things correctly. You are
What are you talking
you're
about?
so transparent as well. Like you're transparent in your tweets about feelings and emotions, and I'm like, so true. Like it makes me feel comfortable being transparent as a content creator.
But
Like
that's
I'm
just like how my brain works. And I always feel like I need to apologize for that. Like I always
no.
feel like it's not what everybody wants. Because if it was what everybody wants, wouldn't that come through? Like there, you get stuck in like, well, wouldn't the data, wouldn't the numbers reflect that if I was doing the right thing, I must not be doing the right thing because people.
I I'm gonna disagree. I think you know what people want, because I can tell you honestly, what I want is just for you to exist and breathe, and you're already doing that. So like, hey, A plus for you.
I
Like,
wasn't breathing for a second, so you're wrong.
see, wait, no, you were. No, I mean you're thinking what people want, and that's unfair. Let people decide, but
That's
also
true.
I can
That's
tell you
true.
for a fact that people just want you to exist and be happy with what you are doing. So that makes you feel a little bit better, hopefully,
Oh
about
my
like
God.
what you were doing is correct.
It makes me feel, no, that makes me feel like an assload better. I don't know. It's part of, it's something I have post-it notes that I leave for my therapist for during our
Yeah.
therapy sessions that I refer back to. And it is literally something on a post-it note right now that's like, why can't I just accept that people like me?
Oh, people like you. Like people like you.
Because I'm
There's
so, but I also just wrote this down. Like, I'm so focused on the people who don't like me that you can't see then the people who do like you because you're so, it's a mindset thing. It's definitely a switch where by focusing on the people who don't like you, you're automatically focusing on discrediting anything good that you could feel about yourself.
yes.
Because you're
I,
agreeing with the people who don't like you instead of agreeing with the people who do like you and being like, ooh, what do they like? What can I like? I want more of what people like instead of being like, what do people not like? I want to not do those things. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the
yeah.
same thing, but it's different.
I don't know. There's something literally about you where I know how you and I met. You know how we
Yeah,
met.
yeah.
Um, in the first 5 minutes of talking to you in DMs, barely knowing anything about each other, knowing the situations that we were in, you made me feel comfortable and made me feel confident. And that is something I really like from a human being. Like I I like you. You're cool.
But you did the same thing to me, where like I come in, I put my heart on my sleeve, and I go, I think you're really cool. Please come help me do this thing. And then it takes two. My point isn't
It
like to
does take
even
two. It
Uno
does take two.
reverse it. It takes two. It takes the other person because it can be. You could have just as easily looked at that and been like, oh, she wears her heart on her sleeve. I don't like that. That's too much. And been like,
Yeah.
sorry, and walked away from it. And people do that. And I'm not saying that to shit on those people. Like, that's okay. That's their prerogative. That's what they want. Like, you're not for everybody. But my point is, like, you went in and you offered the same energy back. And you said, wow, this is somebody with their heart on their sleeve. This makes me feel like I can put my heart on my sleeve. And then we were two people together who were earnestly giving each other love and acceptance.
You said my favorite thing, which was, you're not for everybody.
You're not.
And that in itself, it's also self-validation. You're not for everyone.
You're not for everybody. But you don't have to be for everybody.
You don't, because that's going to be so exhausting if you're trying to be for everybody.
You will, but you will never get there. You will never get there. You will never, because people won't like you for trying too hard. People won't like you for not trying hard enough. People won't like you for not being yourself. People will like you for not like you for who you are. There's no shape you can bend into that's perfect for everybody.
And there's a point where you have to understand, and maybe that's the self-validation jumping in there. There's a point for you where you need to understand that that is okay. Yeah. The content and the people who do want to be around you and do want to hang out with you, you are transforming their lives for the positive, for the better. And it's an honor and a treat, truly. But also, focus on that. If you're the person who is, giving yourself out there, focus on that you're changing people's lives. Whether it's a joke, whether it's a laugh, whether it's coming on their stream and being like, hey, what's going on? I'm Blizz. That's an impact. That's a seed. That's a positive memory that they're going to have with you, or a little ball of light that they're going to have with them. And also that will happen with you.
Is that what motivates you? Is that what keeps you going and keeps you doing this, where you're like, I know I'm helping somebody, but also I know I'm helping somebody because they said I'm helping them, but I know I'm helping somebody because I know that. Like, how do you create that cycle, that self-validating cycle?
So it's weird. So I'm going to talk about this specific reason. The reason that I wanted to come on here was to get to know you a little bit more. Because you are someone who is in like my sphere on Twitter. You are someone who I have talked about offline to my partner, who I see keeps liking your fucking tweets. Sorry. And I'm like, hello. And also just the opportunity to have both of us show transparency, show ourselves on this platform. A lot of the times, when you think of Twitch, a lot of times it's just people playing video games, maybe interacting with chat, but never talking about emotions, never talking about their mental health or anything like that. This is what's different. Streams like this are different, and we have the opportunity of, putting ourselves out there, and it's an honor to put myself out here with you on this channel. And just in general, like it's an honor to share this platform with you. Let's be honest. I wanted to do this because look at the vibes that we created in the studio.
Oh my God, the vibes are immaculate, number one. Number two, if you ever want to do a show together that is continuous, like once a month, or I don't care, I am so there from 2 days from yesterday.
I just enjoy it. This was more, I told you, I was like, I forgot that I didn't even have chat up. I forgot that you were streaming. I thought we were just having a conversation in my head.
But we can't. Like, okay, hello. We can't do that. I am like, apparently, without doxing ourselves, apparently we don't live too far from each other. So this is like a real possibility. This isn't totally a pipe dream. Yeah,
so that's why I was like, I don't, like, maybe this is self-validation in itself. Maybe this is just validation in itself. Just being here, having the opportunity to share my experiences with you, and you share your experiences with me, and having it be relatable, having it be something that I'm like, oh my God, you deal with this too?
Yes.
Like we were just talking about the three little voices. And I'm like, oh my God, wait. I'm like, I feel so seen right now. I feel so validated. I feel like visible in how I am thinking and how I'm moving in my daily life. Like, this is important. Like, this is something that I need it.
But again, it takes two people.
It does. It takes two people.
It takes two people. It takes one person to be like, here's my heart on my sleeve, and the other person to not look at it and be like, okay, I'm going to throw it on the ground and squish it really good.
Yeah.
It takes the other person to be like, I'm picking up your heart. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to pet it and let it know it's valued. And I'm going to give you my heart back. And we're going to hold on to each other's hearts, and we're going to treat them very well. When we're ready, we're going to give them back to each other. That's very, oh God, that got so mushy. I'm sorry. But like, seriously, that's huge. That's huge. It takes, what is that expression? Like, it takes one to know one, but truly it takes, like, something recognizes that in another person. Like you recognize an empath in another person. You recognize like this person. No?
No, I have a sorry, I had a like a very intrusive question. If you were a color, what would your color be?
That is the most intrusive question anybody
It
has ever
is.
asked me. And I dare you to look at this room and tell me what color I am. I dare you.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason that you choose like this color for your background? Or
Okay,
anything like
so
that?
super cheesy. There's super cheesy reason and then there's practical reason. So super
Okay.
cheesy reason. When I was about 6, I had a notebook with Barbie on it, and inside the lines were green. And on the back of the notebook it said, I still don't know if this is real because this was in Russia, so who knows? But on the back of the notebook it said there is research that says looking at green colors is like soothing to our brain because we associate green with nature.
Mhm.
And so like not I wouldn't say since then, but like I carry that. I carry that in my brain, my noodle. And then as Mxiety was born, I first of all it was my wedding color. Like I've always associated green with like positive vibes. And then as Mxiety was born, I was like, I want people to look at this color and just be like, oh. And that's how I feel looking at this color. And like, but it's still so bright, you know, like it's not because you can look at you can look at like pink or blue and like a sunset, right? Like those are soothing colors. But
Yeah.
you look at this color and it's vibrant, it's out there, but it still makes you feel at ease. And I feel like that is me in a nutshell.
Yes, and I will 100% agree. The color, like just looking at you, I don't know if it's an aura or anything like
It
that, is
yeah, it's an aura.
comfort.
It's not the lighting
It's
in
a,
here
it's
at all. No, it's not Elgato.
no,
No.
it's your aura. But the looking at you is just very comfortable. Just looking at your entire setup, and I know I'm not alone. Chat's gonna back me up on this, so I'm very happy. Thank you, chat. But looking at you and like being able to, I don't know, you just give off someone. I feel like I'm in a one of those beanbag chairs holding a pillow and
Oh,
just
that's
like
all I want from
vibing.
you. That you
That's a
tell me that or tell me that I'm like a weighted blanket and like sold. That's it.
literally,
That's the
literally,
vibe.
that's you. Like you give comfort.
So tell me,
What?
wait, so tell me how it's the trauma. Thanks. Tell me how, what is your color? I have to ask that back because I see purple, but like, what about purple is the because I like purple makes me think happy, upbeat, but like also there's a lot of depth to purple, right? So it's not just like pink. It's a deeper color. It has some darkness to it. So tell me
Yeah,
about purple.
there's purple. Purple is a fun color. At the end of the day, it's a fun color. But there is also kind of a sense of, royalty, a sense of, um, complexity. There's more to me than just being just a black man on your screen. There's more to me there. I'm a complex human being where one day I can be cozy, one day I can be completely chaotic. I think it also screams spontaneity, which is what I'm trying to be. I'll
Yeah.
pull out that katana over there. Don't play with me. I'll also tell you you're completely valid and deserve the entire world because you've gone through a lot, and that is just unfair to your soul. And I want you to have a second to breathe. Something cozy like that. And then I'll be like, look at that
But I also
painting.
gotta cut you.
Yeah, or look at that painting.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, it's the color itself. It's different. It's comforting. It's cozy. I don't know. It's just an important color now that I think about it. I just love it. It makes me look good too.
Yeah,
So like,
honestly.
heck yeah.
Listen, wait, I just realized real bisexual vibes between the two of our screens with the purple on your screen and the like teal on my screen. I know it's not blue, but like I'm feeling the bisexual vibes. They're happening. They're
You're
flowing
giving
freely
me
here.
you're giving me comfortable like plant queer vibes right now, where it's just like I have a plant.
Yeah.
And it's like cool.
I
That's
am
awesome.
a
Oh yeah,
plant and I
I'm a
have a
plant. I
plant.
am a plant.
Yeah, have you
And
met?
it's
This is Snick. This is
snack.
Snick. Snick the Snick plant. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess purple also means strength as well. Now that I think about it, I could apply that easily to my life, especially about being a queer Black individual and escaping like religious values that demeaned my entire identity. So yeah, I guess this is a room of strength.
It is. It is. So okay, so my lightsaber is purple. And
Yeah.
we recently learned from a geek therapist who was on the show, that purple is like, it's like the light side with a little bit of darkness to it. So I have to know, what color would your lightsaber be?
You said the light side with a little bit of darkness.
Yeah.
It'd probably be purple.
It'd probably be purple. Yeah.
I make jokes about wanting to be the villain of Twitch because I'll be completely chaotic. Like yesterday, a question was asked on stream: what is one thing that you would love to put in everyone's pocket? And I was like, oh my God, spaghetti. Like everyone gets spaghetti in your pocket. Like I want it
I'm
to
sorry.
be LA.
Like, look, I'm gonna validate the shit out of you from day and night, but you cannot, in your wildest dreams, no matter how hard you try, be the bad guy. Like I'm not buying
It's a cute
Yeah.
villain, maybe.
Yeah. It's like when in cartoons where they show there's like a big shadow on the wall and it's like so scary, and then like out comes a little mouse. Like that's your vibes. You will still be a mouse. You could try super hard, but I like in the positive, like
evil powers.
Yeah, but like really itty bitty living space. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Solving world hunger in 5 minutes. So scary.
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
like I will
so
give
true.
everybody pasta to eat. Oh no! Watch out for this.
So
like,
true.
it just wouldn't. I wouldn't buy that villain. You know, like if you came to me and you pitched that as a movie, or like, listen to this movie, okay? Bad guy. Just wait for it, because I'm going to tell you what he does. And I'm going to be like, oh, is he transphobic? And you're like, no, he gives you pasta. And I'm going to be like, get out of my studio.
And also, honestly, validation and makes you feel comfortable. The worst villain.
The bastard. Does he want world domination? No, he wants you to love yourself.
Yes, love yourself. And that's the worst villain ever. I would watch that.
I would imagine like that was Jafar. Like that was like, imagine the whole of like Aladdin, right? And Aladdin's a thief, and you know they both lie to each other and whatever. Like they're great for each other. But then Jafar's whole shtick is not that he wants to be like the ruler of Agrabah, but that he wants everybody to appreciate themselves, and he's just really pissed because people do not, like Jasmine and Aladdin both do not appreciate themselves for who they are and think that they depend, like need the other person. Like you do not, you know, like empowering.
I'll be honest, I kind of want you to stop, because someone could be listening right now and could
and
take
stealing
this
our
idea,
idea.
and I can't. So like I need say nothing else. I understand.
Okay. All right. You got me. We're on this. They're reading our DMs too, so I don't know how else to communicate. We have to write the script. I don't know how I'm going to communicate it with you, but
we have to write the script right now.
Right now. Right now. Sorry, everybody, we have to go. In all seriousness, though, we do have to go. Oh my God, please be my best friend. But in all seriousness,
yeah, let's get Wawa. And
are you kidding me? Can you tell me though? Wait, but I'm also type A, so can you tell me what time you're gonna spontaneously come to my house to get Wawa with me?
Yes,
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, okay. Please let's schedule it. Yeah, Jafar the best queer uncle. I mean, listen, Jafar just came to my head, but like could be good, right? Yeah. You are wonderful. Please advertise the living Jesus out of yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Blizzbear, pronouns he, him. I'm actually going live in like an hour. So just if you want to stop by and like hang out, by all means. Today's a true crime day. It's a vibing crime day where we sit down, open a bottle of 19 Crimes wine, and we watch some true crime and talk about it. All these fun cases.
That is so wicked.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I also do like cozy games. I'm a Stardew main. My entire Twitch career, I became a Stardew person, and now I'm here as still a Stardew person. And then any other cozy games that could potentially, you know, cause a tear in the eye or something that could be completely chaotic. I'm completely fine with both of them. But yeah, let's hang out and get to know each other.
Oh my God. Everybody go hang out. I'm actually not going to host anybody after this because I need you to go and hang out in Blizz's stream when we're done.
No, go host,
yeah, please follow the crackers out of Blizzberry. Thank you so much. All right. We're hopping offline. I'm going to be right back. So you hold on to your horses, hold on to your pants, be right there. But Blizz, thank you so much for being here and being your truest, most honorable, wonderful self. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. All right, everybody, we will be right back. Please stick around. Wait, bye. Wait, goodbye. Okay.